Located on the campus of St. Olaf College, the Hong Kierkegaard Library is an internationally esteemed research institution for scholarship on Søren Kierkegaard. The extensive collection consists of works by Kierkegaard in multiple editions and translations, secondary literature on Kierkegaard, and numerous works by related thinkers. At the heart of the collection is the Rare Book Room, which includes first editions of Kierkegaard's works, as well as a substantial reconstruction of his personal library. To tell the story of how this unique collection came to be, let's start at the beginning with Howard and Edna Hong.
Dr. Hong was my philosophy professor. He was everyone's introductory philosophy professor, and he had a big impact on our class and on many classes through the years.
Howard was a much loved teacher, and students would pack his courses.
Edna was simply my most admired woman for most of my life.
Edna was a very good and prolific author of any number of books. Edna is famous for saying, "I didn't know when I got married that I'd marry two people, Howard and Søren."
It was these two individuals working together who created what has become of such value to scholarship on Kierkegaard.
The rare book collection of the Hong Kierkegaard Library was mainly assembled by Howard Hong in his collaboration with his wife Edna Hong, the founders and namesakes of the library.
It was actually historical accidents. Howard got interested in Kierkegaard at the University of Minnesota when he was a graduate student there, and then went to Denmark, learned Danish, he and Edna both, and then got very interested and bought these books and started the translation. And so it just grew.
And the Hongs had the idea of duplicating that collection, the Kierkegaard's personal collection, for scholars, because you want to see if there's any marginalia and what books he was using the most. And the aim has always been to keep collecting books from that era that were in his library.
Books are available on the market and in the flow at certain times, at certain decades. And Howard hit all those times that the Kierkegaard books were available.
He spent his lunch hour and lunch money in Copenhagen buying books that were in Kierkegaard's library so that they could check up on his references.
And so for this project, they not only needed first editions of Kierkegaard's own works, but they also wanted to have the same editions that Kierkegaard cites in his work, and also the same editions that Kierkegaard had in his personal library.
The Hong's approach to Kierkegaard's study was historical and exegetical. In the introductions and notes in their translations of Kierkegaard's works, one finds the Kierkegaardian text placed in its historical and intellectual context.
The important thing about the books in the Rare Book Room is that they were published, most of them were published either before or during the time of Kierkegaard's life and work.
In 1976, he donated most of the library to St. Olaf, with the stipulation that there would be opportunity for Kierkegaard scholars from around the world to use the library as a working library.
There's one thing that he and I and Edna and Cynthia Lund, who was my associate curator at the time, agreed upon, and that was we didn't want the library to be a museum. And we wanted to open it up to as many people as we could.
it became very well known worldwide working library. So I think that vision has been sustained.
One way the library sustains Howard and Edna's vision is through ongoing research opportunities, including the year-long Kierkegaard House Foundation Fellowship.
The idea is we provide housing for scholars. In addition, for a number of scholars, at least one, sometimes two a year, we provide a stipend as well as the housing. And so that has been going on now for almost 30 years.
The current recipient of the Kierkegaard House Foundation Fellowship is Presley Martins, a PhD candidate from Passa Quatro, Brazil.
I am the fellowship from the Kierkegaard House Foundation since last year. Here I have access to the Kierkegaard's complete works, and also I have access to secondary literature, and also the opportunity to attend the conference and to engage with discussion and people. I never thought before that this would be possible, and it was a really great surprise, and I'm very grateful for it.
Another research opportunity at the library is the Kierkegaard Summer Institute. The library invites scholars, graduate students, and undergraduates to join a global Kierkegaard research community, participating in seminars and workshops and conducting independent research on Kierkegaard.
Each summer is a different group of scholars. It's a different atmosphere.
And this is really important, also the opportunity to meet other Kierkegaard scholars, because you learn a lot from them, because you are talking with someone who sometimes has a totally different perspective than you.
Scholarship on Kierkegaard continues to have relevance and importance today. This is a thinker who engages us on some of the most central questions to human existence.
That's partly why each summer is so special, because I see a new reflection of Kierkegaard in each person I meet.
In addition to these research opportunities, the library offers shorter research stays throughout the academic year, as well as ongoing virtual and in-person lectures and events. About every 4 years, we host an international Kierkegaard conference with over 200 participants. The Kierkegaard Library would not exist without the work and vision of Howard and Edna Hong, who through their efforts helped shape the way for Kierkegaard studies.
It is irreplaceable. It is unique. It is beyond any one of our understandings in terms of its importance and depth, and what it offers, what it has offered to the past and to scholarship, and what it has to offer to the future.